Hey guys, today is my birthday and
But those years are over. Don't worry, baby. Those years are over. Don't worry, baby. We're all getting older. You were at home, I was on the road. Each of us carried a separate load, making the best of the daily grind. Worry and stress always on our mind. But those years are over. Don't worry, baby. Yes, those years are over. Don't worry, baby. We're all getting older.
So it's been a while since I've done one of these things, and yeah, I mean, it's kind of crazy. My life has progressed so much since I last used to make these videos. I posted one of my older videos recently, and a lot of people from back home were telling me that they really appreciated it and that it was something that they needed to hear. A big reason I didn't want to post a lot of it was because, like, I was really attached to how I was feeling at the moment, and I didn't want any criticism or anything like that. But eventually I kind of detached myself from that. I've always said and felt and understood my opinions to be malleable. I never want people to think that whatever I say now or whatever I say 2 years ago is how I'm going to feel for the rest of time. I'm only a kid, and to be honest, I never think that you stop being a kid. If you ask a 60-year-old, they'll tell you a 40-year-old's a kid. If you ask an 80-year-old, they'll call a 60-year-old a kid. If you look down the line, I mean, if we lived long enough, I'm sure a 120-year-old would call an 100-year-old a kid. So there's always more to learn, and that's proof of that. Update, I'm in college now. I'm doing pretty well. It's different because you have to, like, it's a lot of self-regulation. No parents there to help you, or no kick in the butt if you're not doing well. If you're not doing well, you just fail. That's kind of how it is. Which the failure ends up being the kick in the butt, but you kind of wish that you had that push a little sooner. But yeah, it's a lot of self-regulation, but it's good. It's good for you. Yeah.
Well, if I had better shoes, it's so possible.
Really? Here, take this.
I'll get it. I think it's doable.
For you, maybe. I still stand by that good things will always come. And I still haven't been proven wrong. I think that I was in kind of like a deep state throughout the last video I posted. I think it was July 11th video. I still look back at those times, because in the moment, if you asked me if I wanted to feel the way I was feeling back then, I would have told you I'd do anything to not feel the way I was feeling. But now that I'm in a clear headspace, I could say that those were probably one of the most fruitful moments of my life, and I honestly not necessarily wish that I could go back to feeling as low as I did, but I do feel like those were like the most like encapsulating depiction of what life is. Like, it was almost really like a beautiful state of mind, like being in this place where you're just constantly feeling emotion, you know. It's just like an endless cycle of like feeling all these different, it's like in Ratatouille where like he's tasting I forgot what he fed him, but he feeds the other rat, and like all these colors are moving around, and like even though it wasn't like I wasn't happy all the time, as a matter of fact I was probably one of the most sad states of my entire life, I would recommend having a phase like that for anyone in their life. Try barefoot.
It might be. I wish I.
Is that anything?
Yeah, you can get on.
Yeah, like all the way.
Yeah.
Do you want to?
No.
Yes. But it's just higher.
Yeah, I don't like heights. Actually, getting down is gonna be terrifying.
I think you just put your stomach down and you'll slide down, to be honest with you.
Holy fuck, man. Actually, that's not even.
Should I definitely recording this, but I could totally try and catch you.
No,
So,
if I fall, I'm fucked anyways.
I've found so much fulfillment in connecting with people. I think it's something that I can't even express feels like. I mean, telling people how I feel and that being enough for someone to come up to me and tell me that this was something of like sustenance, then like almost like food, you know, like for someone to talk to me and tell me that this was something they needed, you know. It's not something, no, people don't tell me that they wanted to hear that. They say they needed to hear it, you know? And it's just like, a lot of people don't think they're that important, but I think in the grand scheme of things, you've affected way more people in your life than you can even imagine. So, and the other day, there was a guest speaker from Key and Peele, Keegan Michael Key, came to our school, and afterwards he gave this great presentation. I mean, the guy is really like well put together. His thoughts, you know, like he wasn't someone who got lucky, I could tell you that. He definitely worked hard to get to the point he was at. He surrounded himself with good people, like all intelligent, successful people do. And he was a very put together guy. And, you know, I don't expect that from a lot of comedians, because as much as I expect them to be smart, I don't know how much, like, I don't know. It's almost like, for me, seeing a lot of artists, I know that they come from a place of disorganization and, I don't know, just like a lot of mess. So to see an artist like that well put together, like with his comedy, it was really nice. And afterwards, he did a meet and greet. And so some people are coming up to ask him questions. I'm trying to get to the front so I could ask him something that I thought was important. I never got to ask him my question. I did get to get a photo with him because he wasn't taking anymore because he ran out of time. But I saw a girl come up to him, and she says to him, as an artist, I experience writer's block. And what do you do when you experience writer's block? He looks at this girl straight in the eyes and he's pointing at her heart. He tells her that she has to take the stories within herself. He looks at her and he tells her that you grew up in your life, so you're not going to find your life that interesting. But to the outsider's view, you're amazing. You've lived all these experiences that aren't exactly one-to-one to everyone else. You have stories to tell. And so he's basically telling her that as much as you look at yourself in the mirror, if you listen to the same song over and over again, if you live your life and you're seeing through your eyes consistently, you will never find what's truly special about yourself, because you are yourself. I can't even begin to explain to you how important it is to realize your differences and your story. And just because some guy has more money than you doesn't mean anything. Maybe one person, he has two parents that are divorced, and another family who they're a nice nuclear family and you wish you had that, but they're wishing they had something else. It's all irrelevant. Doesn't matter. This guy owns a nice car. It's stupid. It's stupid stuff to look at, because you got to look at what happened in your life and decisions you've made. And until you do that, you'll never understand how special you are. And I mean, I really mean this. You can connect with literally anybody by saying anything, because we all can connect to just about any message in our own way. And he says this, and I look in the mirror and I'm like, yeah, I see the same reflection in the mirror every day. And how could I not realize how special my experiences are? How could I not realize that people might actually care about me and what I've been through? And I think a lot of people need to realize that themselves, that they're not alone in this world, you know? Like, if you tell a story, someone out there has to resonate with it. Maybe out of 100 people I tell here to, I don't know, go follow your dreams or something like that. It might sound corny to about 99 of you, but one person might hear that and say, yeah, you know what, I've been slacking and I want to go do something productive with my life. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's just important for me to stay true to telling my story and stay true to telling my emotions and presenting myself in a way that people might be able to understand themselves a little bit better. And yeah, I want people to understand themselves. I think a lot of people don't spend any time being introspective in their life. I think a lot of people just go through the motions, you know what I'm saying? But not many people get angry and think, wait, why am I being angry right now? And then either justify and be like, yeah, you know what, I should be angry. Or, you know, maybe I'm being a little irrational right now, you know? This could look cool upon sunset. The human race is highly mutualistic. It completely uses every single person in our society to build together, to build up something. Having a family is a group of people. You work together to create a new generation. Working together in a business, you come together to make more money, to provide for the lower levels, which is just a family. And I believe the purpose in life is just foundationally to do things, to do good by other people. Because if everyone agrees to do that, everyone is getting pushed up. And I think there's just way too many selfish people. It genuinely, like, I feel a sickness. I feel a sickness when I think about how many selfish people exist. I think me and everyone around me would say that they want to be cared for, you know? And when you have selfish people and you deal with selfish people like I have in my life, you find that that care, that lack of mutualism is conditional. They'll only help you if you're capable of helping them. Not if you would, because I mean, think about all these people that leave their spouses when they're like ill or can't provide anymore. They just don't see it as helpful. They don't see them as helpful, and it kind of turns them off to their partner or something like that, you know? So whether, it doesn't matter how much that person wants to be helpful, in a time of need, I see a lot of selfish people migrating on to whatever is going to benefit them. And so I don't know what the solution is. I don't know how we're going to create more selfless people, but I think it can start with whoever's listening to this. Yeah.
Look at this stuff. This is history here. You're history.
This is garbage. I can say, hey, I bled for garbage.
So this is meaningless.
No, at one time it meant a lot. When you're just a young kid, this is everything to you. But then you realize your priorities change. And you just want your children to be happy and do nice things, and that makes you happy. This is nothing. This is just nothing, man.